Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk. Back in another video today, and today we're going to be previewing the Houston Astros season. We're going to be previewing the first series, the weekend series. The weekday and weekend series, because it starts tomorrow on Thursday, then Friday night, then Saturday and Sunday afternoon, or early afternoon, against the Chicago White Sox. We're going to preview that series, and then we're going to also preview the whole season, go through the roster. I'm going to make my season predictions for the Houston Astros. It's going to be really interesting, and let's get into it. Astros baseball is back starting tomorrow at 6:08 p.m. for the Houston Astros against the Chicago White Sox in H-Town with a 4-game series that will last all the way till Sunday. And then Houston will stay in town for another 2 games, again, or 2 or 3. I think it's 2 or 3. I think it's 2. Against the Detroit Tigers, as A.J. Hinch will come back to Houston against his former team. That should be an interesting series. Then the Astros will go back on the road to face another former friend, Carlos Correa. That's just the first 3 series for the Astros. Not going to go through the rest of that. But those are your first 3 series for the Astros. You got a lot of reunions here. You got Jose Abreu facing his old team in the first series. You got A.J. Hinch returning back to Houston, and then you got Carlos Correa against the Astros. So some really fun series to start the year. Let's go over the roster that the Astros will have to start the season. Brian Abreu, we're going to go over the pitchers first. Brian Abreu, Ronald Blanco, Hunter Brown, Luis Garcia, Christian Javier, Seth Martinez, Phil Mattoon, Rafael Monterio, Hector Neris, Ryan Presley, Ryan Stanek, Jose Urquidy, and Framber Valdez. Let's go over the catchers. Yainer Diaz, Martin Maldonado, and Cesar Salazar. And then infielders, Jose Abreu, Jose Altuve, Alex Bregman. Oh, sorry, not Jose Altuve. He's listed on here, but he's not on the 26-man roster because he's on the IL. So Jose Abreu, Alex Bregman, Mauricio Dubon, David Hensley, Jeremy Pena. Then your outfielders, Yordan Alvarez, Chas McCormick, Jake Myers, Kyle Tucker, and Corey Julks. That is it. You got Michael Brantley, Jose Altuve, and Lance McCullers all on the IL to start the season. Altuve is going to miss the first 2 months. Brantley and McCullers is expected to miss his first to 2 starts, so that should last about 10 days to 14. It's about 10 to 14 days for Lance that he'll miss, possibly, if not more. Altuve is going to miss the first 2 months of the season, and then Brantley could miss up to the first week of the season, if not maybe a tiny bit more. I think Brantley misses is 10 days for the Astros. So, yeah, a little short-handed Astros team, and this is still a powerful lineup. Let's go over the potential opening day lineup for the Houston Astros. At 1, Jeremy Pena. At 2, Kyle Tucker. 3, Alex Bregman. 4, Yordan Alvarez. 5, Jose Abreu. 6, Mauricio Dubon. Then at 7, you got Chas McCormick. 8, Jake Myers. And 9, Martin Maldonado. Got a pretty decent lineup who is missing 2 starters right there with Brantley and Altuve. And that's the beginning. And the thing about that with missing Brantley and Altuve, that's the 2 guys that start off the lineup. So it kind of messes up the middle of the order. The middle of the order has to jump down because Altuve and Brantley are out. So guys like Bray, I'm not going to throw out, guys like Tucker or maybe Abreu or Alvarez who are a little bit higher in the lineup because, so they're batting with players on base are now lower. Alvarez usually is 4 to 5, but he'd be the 4 every day. Abreu would be 5 or 6. He's 5. Tucker, it's not really the thing for Abreu or Alvarez. They're about in their same spot, if not 1 spot lower. But for Tucker, he's going to be in that 6 or 7 spot, and right now he's in at 2. And then with Pena, I don't think he's going to be. I think Pena would be the 6. With everybody healthy, I think the Astros lineup is 1 Altuve, 2 Brantley, 3 Bregman, 4 Yordan, 5 Abreu, 6 Pena, 7 Tucker, 8 McCormick, and 9 Maldonado. I think that's when you're when your roster's healthy, I think that is the lineup for the Astros. So you got guys like Pena and Tucker, who in that lineup are batting 6 and 7, batting at 1 and 2. So that's kind of showing how Altuve and Brantley being gone are affecting the Astros. That's what I was trying to say. So this is still a hell of a lineup, even without your two first batters in the order. And I think they'll be just fine. I mean, you could be without both players for the rest of the season, and I think the Astros would still be the favorite to make it to the World Series in the AL. I really do. I think that's how powerful this team is. Let's get into my prediction for this team. I think this team has gotten better. I think Jose Abreu is going to be a huge addition for this team. I think he's going to at least have a 20 in the low 20s home runs and 100 to 105 RBIs. I think it's going to be a whole different atmosphere for him. He'll be on with so many runners on base, so many chances to get in RBIs. I think it's going to be a huge year for Jose Abreu. So you got that addition. But with everybody, not only in your division, but in the MLB, the talent has gotten up. And I think the Astros are going to be a better team than they were last year. But I think they're going to have a slight worse record. I have the Astros winning 98 to 100 games this season. I don't really see the Astros getting over 100 wins. I think it's likely it's going to be either 99 or 100 for the Astros this year. Because you really think about it, everybody has gotten better in the league, and also with the schedule opening up, playing more other teams. Last couple years, you've been playing a lot of divisional games, especially when your division has been really bad. Now you're playing more teams, way more teams than ever. So I think it could be a little different, but we'll just have to see, guys. I think right now the Astros win 98 to 100 games. With everybody improving in the league, especially everybody in the division. The only one who didn't improve in the division this season was the Athletics. Everybody else, the Rangers added DeGrom. They made some other moves. The Angels made a bunch of really good additions as well. And then the Mariners made some really solid moves. Teoscar Hernandez, Colton Wang or however you say it. So those three other teams in the AL West have made a lot of additions. So I think the competition has kind of risen up for the Astros. So, but I think they're on for the challenge. I think it's also going to missing Altuve the first 2 months of the season are going to hurt them a little bit. But we'll see what happens, and it's going to be a fun season. You guys have your thoughts, and peace out. Go Astros.